Imagine you're sitting in a classroom full of your fellow classmates. Let's say that there are 60 of you in that classroom. What would you do if I said that 24 of those students surrounding you would raise their hand to report that they have or are currently experiencing academic burnout? What would you do if I said that number rose to 42 students only 9 class sessions later after being asked the same question again? Well, that hypothetical scenario is not so far-fetched. An article released by Healthline on July 26, 2021 detailed a statement made by Chief Wellness Officer at Ohio State University, Benedict Malink. Malink explained that a survey done at the university showed that 40% of its students were reporting feeling burnt out in August of 2020. And that only 9 months later, that same survey would show that percentage would rise to 71%. A report with percentages this high from students not even 2-3 years ago is important to acknowledge as students in college right now. It helps us to begin learning about the current realities of academic burnout. And today, I will share with you what academic burnout is and the increased benefits to understanding it. To start off, it is first important to understand what academic burnout is. And according to a journal released by the National Library of Medicine in March, academic burnout is attributed to the various degrees of emotional exhaustion, depersonalization or cynicism, and a low sense of personal accomplishment, which for students more often than not is brought on by continuous academic burdens and stress. And the symptoms of academic burnout are shown in a multitude of ways. Some of those symptoms can be feeling exhausted and tired constantly, a lack of enthusiasm and an increased negativity towards school or schoolwork, and a decline in your performance level or engagement levels. There can also be increased emotions of anger, frustration, anxiety, irritability, and physical feelings of stress, which can be shown through headaches, body pains, and or fatigue. Now that we've discussed what academic burnout is, let's turn to now using this information to see how it can benefit students. Understanding what academic burnout is the key to knowing when you or someone you know needs help and support, and distinguishing the risks that can develop if severe symptoms are left untreated. This starts with finding a recovery road that works for you uniquely. It doesn't not have to look like your friends or someone else you know or someone you saw online who was experiencing the same things as you. And according to the Best Schools website, this can help you learn how to best combat any symptoms that you may be experiencing. And some of those recovery roads can look like learning how to say no and focusing on your immediate responsibilities, discovering ways to institute time management so you aren't stretched too thin throughout the day or even the week, and prioritizing your sleep and exercise schedules, setting responsible goals that are flexible to the unpredictability of life, carving out free time for fun activities, reading books, taking breaks, or going to just go and get coffee from Starbucks, for example. And however, knowing the risks of ignoring the symptoms of burnout can also help you or fellow students understand how important it is to acknowledging that academic burnout exists. If burnout symptoms are ignored and the consequences of just pushing through the day with burnout can make it become a part of your everyday life and set a foundation for negative health impacts, which the Mayo Clinic website has detailed. These consequences can include excessive stress, fatigue, insomnia, sadness, anger, or irritability that is a constant presence in your life. It can lead to alcohol or substance misuse. It can have implications related to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and leave you vulnerable to other illnesses. Now, if you or anyone you know are experiencing any of the symptoms that may be related to severe academic burnout, or you are concerned by anything that you may be experiencing, I suggest that you reach out to any resources that are around you. And as students at UCF, there is a good resource on campus and on the campus website called CAPS. Now, bringing this to an end, we can all begin to understand the importance of recognizing the realities of academic burnout, as it can affect students in all education levels, even college students or high school students. Understanding academic burnout is the key to recognizing the signs, and acknowledging the signs of academic burnout has its benefits, so the symptoms don't get too severe and don't affect your life completely. As college students at UCF, I say charge on, but don't forget to recognize any signs that you may have, and I ask that you possibly look out for your fellow knights in need.